think I'm gonna do a thing in my videos like, can you spot the siren? Because every time I decide I want to record, New York City decides that it wants to be under siege. So if you hear a siren in my video, welcome to New York City. We live in a time where Netflix, Hulu, HBO, Showtime, Stars, the list can go on, okay? There's just so many different ways that we can entertain ourselves. YouTube, okay? And there are people that choose entertainment over and over and over again. They had a long day at work, they want to decompress, they come on, they turn on Love and Hip Hop. All right, I'm not judging at all. It's entertainment. That's literally my point, right? But then there are people, the very, very small percentage of people that commit to no TV, all right, no music, no entertainment, even just for a period of time, all right? And they're constantly in the books doing research. So the first thing that separates the rich from the poor, all right, is that the rich never stop learning, okay? They choose literally to read a new book every 30 days. They're listening to audios, they're going to seminars and, you know, attending webinars. They got their notebook in hand at all times because they're always looking for more. And, you know, I'm a huge fan of Kobe Bryant, and one of the things that he said in one of his interviews, right, is that he never stopped questioning. He never stopped, you know, asking his mentors how, just finding out answers. So if you want to make that shift, right, the first thing you're gonna have to do is live differently than how majority people live. Majority people, they are watching TV, but if you are on a path to do something different, the path to success, you must make that commitment to always be learning. The second thing that separates the rich from the poor, one of the first lessons in finance that I learned is that the rich pay themselves first. The difference is that the poor, okay, they're gonna pay all their bills, the rent, Con Ed, the Wi-Fi, IRS, whoever they have to pay, they're gonna make sure that those people get their money, and then they're gonna tell themselves, whatever's left over, I'm just gonna save it.
Boy, if you don't...
We all know that after the bills are paid and after we get our little mani-pedi, there's nothing left. Typically, there's nothing left. That's why majority of people are living from paycheck to paycheck. Now you're probably wondering, well, how can I pay myself first, right? How can I put a portion of my money into my savings if I only ever have enough to pay the bills? Well, there is a big problem if you only have enough to pay the bills. But the difference is, if you force yourself to pay yourself first, you're gonna have to find a way, right, to pay your other bills. Poor people are always saying, I can't afford it. But the thing that rich people tell themselves is, how can I afford it? So mindset is really important here, because when you tell yourself you cannot afford something, you force yourself to kind of get a pass. Like, well, I can't afford it, so that's the end of that, right? But when you tell yourself, you know, you ask yourself, how can I afford it? You're forcing yourself to think, to work. So that leads me into my third reason that separates the rich from the poor. While the poor are working for money, all right, the rich make money work for them. So if you work a 9 to 5, we're amongst a small portion of people that are employed, that have a job. And especially in this time, it's really a blessing. But I don't believe that you are going to be able to maximize how much money you can make if you are just working a limited time. We all know that we have 24 hours in a day. So even if you decided, well, I want to make more money, so I'm just going to work longer hours. As a human being, you have a finite opportunity to maximize on those hours, because if you're physically at a job doing work, all right, you're going to need to eventually leave that job, go home, take a shower, rest, okay? You have to spend time with your family, your loved ones. So even if you wanted to work 16-hour days, 7 days a week, which is insane, you're still limited to just that amount of time. Now, on the flip side, when you fully understand how to make money work for you, you realize that, well, something like money doesn't need a break. It doesn't need a vacation. In fact, money is always moving and always working. So something that the rich do is they invest into money, right? They invest into an opportunity that is going to allow them to get passive income. So guess what? Even while they're asleep, money is still working for them, right? Even while they're on vacation, their money is still working for them. If you find a way to make money work for you, you can relax after a while. The fourth thing that separates the rich from the poor is that the rich offer value while the poor offer time. As I stated in my last bullet point, if you will, really all the poor have to offer is their time. Okay, they go to a job, they do their 8 hours, their 10 hours, however long it is that they're working for, okay, and they do the job that was kind of already assigned to them, right? Now on the flip side, the rich, they bring value, they offer value. So I like to think about, I've worked for a few different people in my life, okay? One of the jobs that I worked for, one of my first jobs when I was a teenager, I worked at Forever 21, right? Where my job all day, every day, I rang up customers, put their accessories in a bag, folded their jeans, whatever the case might have been. And the only real value I was bringing, right, was customer service. And, there's a quote that says, you get paid in direct proportion to the value you bring, right? So I was getting $10 an hour because the value I was bringing was pretty substantial, pretty baseline, nothing too crazy out of the norm, okay? But now take the owner of that same company, Forever 21, all right? And he was, out earning me by 7 figures minimum. And the difference is because he was bringing more value. Not only was he the one, creating an opportunity for people to shop and buy what it was that they needed, but he was creating an opportunity for thousands and thousands of people across this country, world really, right? Because I think Forever 21 is global now, to have a job, to have, a means by which they can pay their bills and sustain their livelihood. So of course he's gonna get paid more because he's offering more. All I could really offer was my little 40 hours a week, and that's fine, there's no problem. That's all I knew at the time. But he had a bigger, brighter idea way back in 1980 something, and that is why now, he is sitting on multiple figures, and I'm not mad at it, and that's really one of the differences. Last but not least, and I think this is the part that really is going to hit home, is that the rich take risks. When I started this, I said that mindset was really what was going to separate the rich from the poor, right? A lot of people think that it's money, it's account size. And there are people that have degrees upon degrees, have prestigious roles, and they are poor because of their mindset, right? And then there are people that have, nothing really to show materialistically, at least, or lifestyle wise, but they're rich because they have an idea, they have, work ethic, they have consistency, they have mindset, and they practice what it is that they need to be doing day in and day out, okay? So along with that mindset comes this idea that, there are no guarantees, especially when you're taking the path, like I said, that majority of people will not take. And that's really what's going to separate you, right? 97% of the world is in one category because they're doing things in a certain way, right? The way that seems easier for now, at least, right? And the other 3% dare to do what the 97% will not do. And taking risks is definitely one of those things. A lot of times when it comes down to investing or, utilizing the money that you earn, the capital that you're earning on your job to grow it, a lot of people, I've spoken to people, they'll say that they just don't know, right? What if this doesn't work? Well, what if it does, right? And guess what? It's not going to work every single time. That's just not how investing anything works, right? You're going to have to take some L's, right? Learn some lessons in order to, like I said, learn. The rich are constantly learning. And, a lot of times we just want things to come easy. We want to have a guarantee. We want to get it right the first time. And the people that are at the top have, literally had to fail and learn lessons and take losses and do a bunch of things, before they could actually get to where they were. I saw something that said billionaires have to lose millions in order to acquire billions, right? Millionaires have to lose thousands in order to acquire millions. Thousandaires or whatever, right, have to lose hundreds in order to acquire their thousands. But here you are, not wanting to risk or lose any money, but somehow turn around and be rich. Like, that's just not how it's gonna work. So one of the main questions that poor people ask is, how much is this gonna cost me? But rich people, they're asking all the time, how much is this gonna make me? Okay. And if you know, followed along, rich people are paying themselves first. So they are gonna have extra money saved up so that they can begin to invest in different opportunities, so that they can begin to, you know, have a setup where they can have money working for them. Okay. But you know, it's really all about just habits, mindset, you know, what you're doing every single day, what you're thinking about every single day. And I'm gonna get more into it because, like I said, there is a laundry list of things, but you know, I wanted to just kind of capture these 5 main points just so you can get an introduction. This whole time I just thought that I needed to be working, you know, harder, longer hours, and that's how I was gonna get more money. When the truth is, it's not even about that. There's just so many different things that you need to have set up in the first place, and it doesn't require a degree or, you know, you having a 4.0 GPA, right? You just have to have a certain mindset and practice certain things every single day. All right. So there you have it, okay, the 5 different things that separate the rich from the poor. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more videos, just like it. Be sure to like this, comment, share, and I will continue to bring more content like this. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will be back soon.